Hey there guys, Jamie here once again. Give Dave some props for scripting this video, and give his recent vids some love while you're at it. So this is my case as to why the golden era cartoons that we grew up with are just as iconic as the Looney Tunes were. Which cartoons do I mean? I mean, if you've been with the channel, you know exactly the ones I'm talking about. Courage the Cowardly Dog, Johnny Bravo, Dexter from Dexter's Lab, The Kids Next Door Kids, Mac and Blue from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. The reason I say all of these cartoons are as iconic as the Looney Tunes is because just as much as we waited to watch another one of Wile E. Coyote Acme products fail spectacularly while trying to catch the Roadrunner, or the umpteenth time Bugs Bunny stuck his finger in Elmer Fudd's gun, for the life of me, if Courage's screams of terror just aren't as memorable, along with his exaggerated expressions. Same goes for Johnny Bravo every time he'd hit on a woman, ripping his shirt off, striking a pose, and of course, Dexter yelling, "Dee Dee, get out of my laboratory!" Or the classic, "Kids Next Door, battle stations!" These shows weren't just funny or memorable. They influenced how we joke, and how we joke around. Another video Dave made for me a while back, those cartoon lines that live rent-free in your head. Yeah, those lines live rent-free in your head and shape your humor for a reason. We laugh when we say this out loud, but yes, our generation, when we finally get to the retirement homes, will 100% be quoting SpongeBob and giggling when the nurse asks about the east wing of the home and we all go, "East? I thought you said Weast." And we'll be giggling to ourselves while the staff has no idea what we're talking about. And you might not believe it, but some of our parents, towards the end of their lives, are going to be rewatching Johnny Quest or old Looney Tunes, because it did shape who they were. So I want to try a bit of an experiment here, and bear with me, this isn't a pad runtime, I swear. I'm going to leave these two clips completely silent for 30 seconds each. Watch them, and tell me you're not filling the audio in your head. See what I mean? The animation and sound design are equally iconic. I'm sure the artists themselves might be too modest to say it, but yes, Genndy Tartakovsky, Craig McCracken, Mr. Warburton, Steven Hillenburg, God rest him. They didn't just create dumb shows for kids. They created iconic series that will be remembered long after they're gone. They are, and in Hillenburg's case were, the Tex Averys, the Joseph Barberas, the Ralph Bakshi's, the Chuck Joneses. These weren't just cartoons we watched after school while doing our homework. They inspired us to be weird, creative, loud, and imaginative. They were iconic. As iconic as the Kids Next Door battle cry or Johnny's 1, 2, 3, huh! But it's also frustrating at the same time because we know we're probably never going to see good modern iterations of them.
It's party time!
Yeah, the less said about that, the better. Let me be clear, I'm not just trashing the modern Powerpuff Girls remake for the sake of it. I'm saying why it didn't work. The reason that remake didn't land is because the writers were too focused on modern references that are now dated. Like the "no me gusta" meme, or the random twerking bit, instead of just letting the Powerpuff Girls be the Powerpuff Girls. What made the old shows great was that the humor and personality came from the characters, not from trying to go viral. Take the Looney Tunes show as an example. You know, the one where Kristen Bell gave Lola Bunny a whole actual personality. That show worked because they didn't try to make Bugs and Daffy edgy TikTok influencers. They just put them in modern situations, like renewing a driver's license, and let the cartoon absurdity do the work. That's what a modern Powerpuff Girls or any revival needs. Let them just kick butt and save the day before bedtime again. Have the references be seasoning, not the whole dang meal. The fact we grew up alongside these characters and these shows are now just as far back for kids today as Looney Tunes were for our parents. That says everything. Those quotes, those designs, those voices, they're seared into our brains just as much as Wile E. Coyote splattered on the side of a cliff. So if these shows ever make a comeback as entirely new projects, they deserve the love and attention of the original artists, or at the very least, people they didn't trust with their legacy. We've seen Bugs and Daffy reimagined as Seinfeld-style roommates with smartphones and updated attitudes. Why not do the same with these shows? It's been 30 years. We know more about science, AI, robotics. You think Dexter might be able to make some upgrades? And imagine the chaos Dee Dee could cause now. Gender roles and expectations have evolved. What would Johnny Bravo be like trying to navigate dating apps? Or, God help him, actually living on his own? Kids are more tech-savvy than adults now. Can you imagine the K&D integrating tablets and drones into their arsenal, while the adults are still using desktop computers from 2004? That would be hilarious. Most people think of revivals in terms of continuations. Johnny's Love Life with Velma, we still ship them, right? Or the Galactic Kids Next Door teased in the original finale and animatic. Would that be nice? Absolutely. But let's be real. Getting something like Samurai Jack Season 5 was a miracle. That's why I think we need to look at these properties differently. Not just as frozen in time relics or nostalgia bait, but as universally great ideas that could speak to a new generation, just like Looney Tunes did for us. Will Warner Brothers do that anytime soon? Hell no. But is it something we can talk about? Is it something that we can keep in the cultural bloodstream until the time is right? Absolutely. And I'd love to see your thoughts too. So if you agree, or you've got a favorite cartoon moment that still lives rent-free in your brain, let me know in the comments below. Until next time, stay weird, stay loud, and stay iconic.